Good morning, I'm John at Fog Firearms and Cartridge Company in Walker, Minnesota. Today we're going to give you an explanation on Cerakoting. We have 3 certified applicators here on site, and we're going to explain to you the process, and we're going to take you through an entire project from start to finish so that you'll be able to see exactly how we go about repairing and Cerakoting your firearms. Cerakote is a high temperature ceramic based coating that we're able to put on a lot of different materials. You see some of the projects that we've done in front of you here. This 1911, it's a brand new Remington pistol, and it's been done in a 2-tone. We also have a Smith & Wesson 500 that has been done. That's a freehand camo pattern there. And on the other side you can see that we have some samples here that are done with different types of camouflage. We're able to do just about anything that's you can imagine we can pull off. Some of the projects that we do and have done in the past is we do obviously guns. That's one of the primary things, but we've done sunglasses, expansion chambers that are on snowmobiles, chainsaws. We do wheels on automobiles. It keeps them from rusting. The product is a very rust resistant product. And we also do helmets, and if it's hard, whether it's metal or plastic, we're able to cover it with Cerakote, and it'll provide abrasion resistance, salt resistance. It's just the best coating in today's market that you can get. Here at Fog Firearms we have 3 certified applicators. And I want to kind of touch on the certified applicator side of it, because there's a lot of guys out there that claim they can do Cerakote. And I've seen a lot of the messes that come into our shop after they've bungled a job. The last thing you want to do is bring your expensive firearm to somebody who doesn't really know what they're doing. And unfortunately, I've seen Bubba come in and actually take his firearm and they cook it in their stove in their house, and that's just not the way that it's designed. The temperatures that we bake our product are very specific, and the time frames are very specific. So to get you the best possible finish, you have to follow a very strict regimen to be able to get you the finish that will last your firearm forever. The project that we're going to walk you through today is this Remington 870. As you can see, the rust on it's terrible. When this gun came in, the client had told us that he'd had some water damage in his house and had forgot that the firearm was actually there, so he came across it a few days later, and this is what he ended up with. So we thought, you know, this is as good a project as anything to be able to show you folks what we can do with the proper Cerakoting and how to repair a firearm. Now, it doesn't have to be a new, and by the way, this was a brand new 870. It had never been fired, was still in the box. This will show you that it doesn't have to be a new gun. Used guns work fine, and when we're done with this project, you're going to see this come out and it will look brand new. And you have the ability here to be able to choose colors. We have just rings and rings of colors, and plus we do a lot of custom colors also, and you can just see some of the sample choices. One of the things about Cerakote that's really interesting is that it's a very light, pliable coating. So if we take that, this is just a very thin piece of metal that it's sprayed on, and one of the amazing things about it, we can take that, bend it, and you can see how resilient it is. It doesn't crack, doesn't peel, doesn't do anything. That's why it works so good on your firearm. So to give you the outline of what we're going to do today here, this firearm, we'll take it and we're going to show you the disassembly process. Obviously, we're going to cram this into a very short time. This will take us a couple of days to be able to complete this project. We'll take it into the gunsmiths. We also have 2 full-time gunsmiths here at our shop at Fog Firearms. They'll tear this apart. Then we'll take it and show you how we're going to take it through our blast cabinet. And then once we're done, we'll be putting it in our ovens, and we call it flashing it, which will be taking the oils out of the firearm prior to being able to work on it. You'll see some soaking procedures, and then you'll actually see the spraying, and then we'll reassemble it, and when we're all done, you'll be able to see what basically looks like a brand new firearm from really a piece of trash. I'm certain that if you had this in your closet and you saw this, it probably goes in the junk or gets cut up for scrap. There's no need to with Fog Firearms because we're very capable of restoring all of your firearms. At the end of this video, you'll have all of our contact information. If you have a project as simple as maybe just doing an upper or a slide on a handgun or a full restoration, you'll know how to be able to contact us, be able to get some pricing information, or maybe just talk about your project. So feel free to give us a call. Customer service is our #1 priority here. If you're not happy, we're not happy.
We begin the Cerakote process by completely disassembling your firearm. We remove all parts from the firearm before prepping it for Cerakote. Once your firearm has been completely disassembled and before it's going to be prepped for Cerakote, we then inspect all of the internal parts of your firearm to make sure that it is in good working order and that there are no issues that must be addressed before the Cerakoting process itself begins. After your parts have been inspected, it is then time for them to be placed into a brake clean bath. We do this in order to take off any surface contaminants from the firearm before spraying it in our sandblaster to remove the old finish. After your parts have bathed in the brake clean bath for an extended period of time, they are now ready for sandblasting. It is from this point on that the guns will only be handled with gloves on as to not transfer oils from our hands to your firearm. The purpose of sandblasting is actually threefold. The first is to remove any more surface contaminants that may be remaining on your firearm. The second is to remove any old finish that is still on your firearm from the factory. And the third is to increase the surface area for adhesion for the Cerakote itself to actually be applied to your firearm. Now that the sandblasting has been completed, it's time to do the final preparation for your firearm before the Cerakoting process itself begins. The sandblasted parts must now be racked so that they're easier to handle during the gassing out stage and the Cerakoting stage of the process. Now that the parts of your firearm have been properly racked, it is time to begin the final phase of the prep. This step is known as gassing out. The purpose for gassing out is to make sure that we have removed all of the oils and contaminants from the pores of the material itself. This is done by placing your parts into one of our industrial ovens. As they're in the industrial oven and the parts themselves start to heat up, it allows the oil to seep out of the pores of the material. Once it has been in there for a set amount of time, we then observe it, and if we see any oil on the surface, it goes back into a brake clean bath for about 5 minutes. After that time is up, we then take the part back out of the brake clean bath and put it back into the industrial oven, and there it remains again for a period of time. If we see more oil on the surface after that time is up, then we rinse, wash, and repeat until we are no longer getting any more oil out of the pores of your firearm. After we have determined that all of your parts are properly prepped for Cerakote itself, it is now time to mix up the coating. Cerakote is a 2-part ceramic coating. The A part contains the pigment and the B part contains the hardener. We can adjust the rate of the hardener that goes into the coating to increase or decrease the glossiness of the final color. Now that the coating is all mixed up, it is time to place it into the gun and prepare for spraying. Attention to detail during the spraying process is absolutely imperative. We want to make sure to spray as much of the surface area as possible. Good coverage equals strength with Cerakote. The more coverage that we have, the stronger the product itself inherently becomes. Once the base coat's been sprayed, we can then do what's referred to as flashing it. It goes into the oven for a short period of time to temporarily cure the product so that we can then spray more colors on top of it. After the final coats of Cerakote have been applied, it is now time to cure your firearm in the ovens. We have 2 industrial ovens for this purpose. One of the industrial ovens we run at a low temp, which is used for composites and wood, and the other one we have runs at high temp, that we use for steel and aluminum. The ovens can range anywhere in temperature from 150 degrees Fahrenheit for the low temp operations, upwards of 300 degrees Fahrenheit for our high temp operations. With that being said, low temperatures take a longer time to cure the product, where high temperatures take less time, as little as an hour to cure your product. Now that all the parts are cured, it's time for us to go back through and put your firearm together and make sure that it is performing all functions as necessary.